Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. Alright, happy birthday to your boy BDF 44. Yes, I'm sending a happy birthday to myself. This is a therapy session where I'm celebrating my 38th birthday. I feel good. Um, I've been on the phone with my friend, my ex-girlfriend, but we're in a very, very good place, friendly, confiding in each other in a very, very good way. And it was just good energy there, man. Good energy there. Just been in touch with a lot of different people that I hadn't spoken with in some time over the last 4 days, 5 days. I'd say at least 4 or 5 different friends that I haven't been in touch with in over a year or more. So nieces, or a niece of mine who's gonna be having a baby very soon. So excited about that situation because, of course, as I mentioned to all of you guys in numerous occasions, my prayer list that I pray for every single day. You know what I mean? Just a list of people. Some are in my family. Some are people I've just known along the way. Some of them are just people I appreciate online, stuff like that. And my niece is on that list, and I lost touch with her about a year ago when all this depression started taking place. And so, of course, I missed the whole process of her, getting pregnant and all of that. But because she's on the list, I've been praying for her every single day throughout the pregnancy and did not know it. So that was a really, really cool thing for myself to kind of understand and be able to get that good news. So this has been a good couple of days for myself, man. I can't say I've been as productive as I'd like to be because I've been communicating so much with others, but I think that that's ultimately what it's about, man. Celebrate your birthday, get a birthday week going, and just have reunions left and right. Organically too, surprisingly enough. It's not like people are just reaching out just to be reaching out, or even reaching out because it's my birthday. Ironically enough, sometimes in these throughout this week, as I've gotten in touch with these people, it's just been happenstance, whether I just stumble across them, see them reach out on IG or something like that, or like, for example, unfortunately, a good friend of mine, Smokey, had to give me the bad news that one of the coaches at Hollywood High, Coach Mario, passed away a few days ago at the school. And he was a really good guy, man. It's been a lot of years, but I do remember his faces. I saw pictures of him. I remember having conversations with him as a youngster. So, of course, I want to send condolences to his family, Coach Mario at Hollywood High. And, it's just one of those situations where I got a chance to speak with my guy Smokey. That's a good buddy of mine that I knew from high school because of it, even though that was bad news. Talked to the homie for a good 2 hours today, man. Got caught up on him, and I don't think I've seen him in over 15 years. So it's one of those situations where that's the type of thing that's been going on, man. Just reunions all over the place. And healing, real healing. Some of the conversations I had with my ex tonight were very good in nature in terms of us kind of helping one another through current trials of the current day, venting and listening and then just being friendly. So I really welcome that energy, and I was happy I was able to ring in my new birthday, speaking to my friend, speaking to my loved one there. So that's good energy, man. So I just wanted to come up here and share that, share that with you guys, and just express how thankful I am to see another year. Thankful I am that I have my channel going. Thankful for all of you. Thankful for family and friends. I still got my grandfather in my life. He's still with us. So, my last parental figure, man, still breathing at 38 years of age. That's a big deal for me, man, because I lost both of my parents at 31, and my grandmother, both of my grandmothers had long passed as well. So still got someone for me, but it is what it is, man. Just happy to have family, happy to have friends, happy to have everybody watching today. Now, of course, this is supposed to be a therapy session. It's one of those things where you're just very pleased that people want to do things for you. After all of that, I also got a couple of my coworkers that I knew from back in my Temple secure net protection days, working downtown at the construction site. I had some really, really awesome relationships with the guards that I worked with there, and you know, two of the ladies that I worked with at that time want to take your boy out, man, and celebrate the birthday. So I'm gonna celebrate on the 19th. We're not gonna celebrate today because I messed around and told them the wrong date. I was like, yeah, my birthday's Friday. Didn't check the dates, and turns out it was actually today, Thursday. So we're gonna celebrate tomorrow and just try to get some lunch or something, and just catch up on old times, man. It's just really good. You know, these are people where even though you're coworkers with people, because of this setting, you know, it's like only 2 guards at a time in the wee hours of the night, basically between, like, I'd say 3 and like midnight or something like that. So we're just there, so we get to know each other in an intimate setting. So we had some really strong conversations, you know, helped each other out in situations outside of the place, and it's just wonderful to know that those relationships and those friendships still carry forward. As much as I look at the security field as something I do not want to be part of anymore, some of the best friendships I got right now are from my professional time with that, wearing the badge, you know, and wearing that the uniform. And I have to remind myself that when I try so hard to stay away from these type of situations, it's like, you know, if I would have been just as steadfast at avoiding these situations, I wouldn't have the friends that I have today. You know, friends that are literally carrying me through the tail end of what I consider to be a very, very tough depression. And so, you know, I just want to acknowledge that. It's just amazing to have people that just care about you, you know, just when you have it set up in your life for it to be all about you, and you're isolated and whatever, you really don't know how it's going to be when you get back in touch with people. You really don't know how people are going to react to your absence, you know, where have you been, that kind of thing. And I just feel like I've been fortunate enough to have the rapport with the people that I've known, who have understood me on a well enough scale to know that my absence is not a reflection of my appreciation for them, you know. And these 2 ladies, I believe, understand that as well, fully. I was able to tell them some of my struggles in the past. I was able to let them know, you know, how I view myself and some of the things that I struggle with over the years, and they accept me for who I am, man. Just like everybody else that I've been appreciative of in this life, man. They just accept the difference in BDF 44. And, you know, it's just is what it is. You know, when you are different, you get treated different. You know, I think that's what I've learned over the years, growing up as a kid, and not really necessarily feeling like I fit into situations, but I always had good rapport with people. I always had friendly relationships with people, but you know, there were those times, and they really defined a lot about how I saw myself, how I viewed myself, what I thought I was capable of. A lot of that stuff was wrapped up in the opinions, the negative opinions of people who weren't even serious when they were talking about me. You know what I mean? People who were trolling or just making fun. And so as I grew, you know, I kind of catered some of my relationships, or not catered, but kind of molded my approach to certain relationships with the intention of being either let down, or if it's a situation where it's romantic, probably not necessarily getting the girl in the situation or what have you. More so trying to be the friend and just living with the results, because I had such low self-esteem and etc. But as I grew older and changing those things, you know, I started to continue to still harbor some of those same concerns despite changing my appearance. And so as I struggled with that over the years, come across certain people and they would speak life into me. They would, you know what I mean, identify what it is that I was saying in this camera to you, which was that I didn't have that esteem, and, you know, try to instill it in me, try to encourage me in whatever ways they can. And And these two ladies were able to actually do that. And I've come across a lot of people who've always encouraged me. My mother used to tell me, why don't you just go out and do this? Friends would tell me, hey, B, you're kick butt at this, that, and the third. But it's just something about when certain people say certain things to you, or what mindset you're in and the era you're in when they say them, or what have you. But it was something about how, how these two particular ladies just continued to instill a certain level of confidence in me as I would speak to them, when I work with them, and I'd tell them what I was struggling with, tell them what I had just dealt with, and they would really, really, really be able to reach me, encourage me, telling me I'm strong, telling me that I can do it, telling me, just more or less showing love to what it is that I share with them in terms of my various interests, things that I would be working on as a creative. It's always felt like I was supported. And so that bled through past the professionalism, that bled through past all of the era that we were in, and kept me in some really good friendships, and so that's what this is. I'm so very thankful, man. And the playlist curation project that I made, this passion of mine that I tell you guys about, these two ladies were the ones that it's named after, and who were the ones who sparked that idea. The K list is named after Karen, one of the ladies, and Delicia is the name of the other lady, and I named the other column of playlist Delete CD, because what it was is I was burning CDs for Delicia, so I just did a play on her name, and that's what you have there. Follow me on Apple Music, by the way. We're already almost 600 playlists in as it pertains to those two columns. And it just started with those two ladies asking me to make playlists for them when I told them what it is that I love to do, which was make playlists for my mom, who had, of course, passed, But, throughout the time my mother was with me, I would make CDs for her however often I could, and just do it for fun because I love making playlists, and she would have so much fun listening to them. She enjoyed most of them, and when she left, I didn't stop my practice. I would make them for myself, but I didn't take them as seriously because obviously just making them for myself. But once I started having to make them for others, once those ladies say, hey, can you make us a playlist, then I had to be intentional about making it good. It wasn't just making a playlist for myself. Now it was like, all right, this has to be arranged a certain way so they can be enjoyable. And that's when I developed the art form. It sparked with them. They practically saved my life, not only by just being my friend in the way that they were, but by pouring life into what it is that I ultimately established as a foundation of what it is I love to do, which is arrange music. And so, it's just an amazing thing for me, just looking at how this whole process is going with this friendship, and how they inspired one of the most important things I have going on in this world right now. So, I just wanted to give some appreciation to those people, and just stating this camera how much I look forward to seeing them. And that's another thing. I have so many people that I appreciate in this life, and most of them I've never mentioned by name on this camera. Probably not going to be able to do that. But the truth of the matter is, I have a whole lot of people out here that I would love to be well enough to communicate with on a regular basis. And I hope to get to a point where I'm there, and I really hope that when I reunite with those people, they understand that it was never them that kept me away from them. It was me. And in the process of trying to figure myself out, I never forgot none of those people. I never wished bad for none of those people. And I always wanted to be able to do for those people. All of them. And so I just wanted to put that into this camera because I got a lot of people that I love. And some of them may not necessarily know that. Some may not know it at all. So that's the truth, man. I'm thinking about situations where friends don't know of family members and stuff like that. Like, there are certain family members who have never heard of people that I love a whole lot, and I would just feel really sad if they got turned away at the funeral or something like that, you know what I mean? Or because we've never heard of that person. We don't know how much Brandon felt about that person. Like, there are people that y'all have never heard of, family, that I was really close to, that I may have kept communication with via DMs for years. You know, people that I might have lost touch with a long time ago that I might have communicated that way with. It's so many people, man. Friends that I lost touch with that I was really, really tight with for a length of time, that type of thing. Some of those people, I don't even remember their names, but if they saw my face, I'm pretty sure they would remember me. That kind of thing. If I saw theirs, vice versa. It's just would love to be able to tell all those people how much I appreciate all of them for their contributions to my specific circumstances in my life and just how I've become. So, yeah, man, it's Appreciation Day. For my birthday, I don't really think too much about celebrating myself. I celebrate the people who've helped me. My mother, obviously, giving life to me. This was her day. This was the day she was triumphant, not myself. I just came out. She was the one who did the work. You know what I mean? I think we got this birthday thing a bit backwards. We're giving gifts to ourselves. All we did was show up. We didn't do nothing. This was the day your mom did everything to earn your respect in one flurry. It was nothing she should ever be able to do to lose your respect. I don't care how she makes her decisions in life. If she went through what she went through getting you into this earth, you owe her. And you owe her big. Good person or not. And I believe that to my heart. She's grandmothered in off of the sheer nature of the pain of childbirth, in my opinion. And it's the pain of the entire process in the 9 months. So, I appreciate my mom. I want all y'all to know that. I appreciate my mother, of course, and love her even now in heaven. And was happy that she came to me in a dream last night. She did. May have already said this in the therapy session earlier, so forgive me if I'm recapping, but she came to me in a dream, and I don't remember nothing about that dream at all. But I know she was in it, and I woke up and I was real emotional about it. But it parlayed me into a pretty dang good day, and I'm in great spirits, man. I'm in great spirits. I tell you, last year, you guys follow me, you probably don't need me to tell you how tough last year was. But the way I know how to describe it is, if you are working out and you're lifting weights and you are straining yourself to the very maximum, and at that maximum you try to do another rep, one more lift after that, you don't quite get it off the ground because you've strained yourself to the max. You let it go. That moment after you let it go, where you get to breathe, the muscle relaxes, no pain no more. That's what this year has been for me. And last year was that strain of that muscle, trying to pull after going too far. Like damn near about to injure myself. That's what the strain of last year felt for your boy. So this year, through 8 months, I can honestly say has been one of the best years of my life. Not because anything happened, but just because of the contrast of how horrible 2021 was for me versus the breath of fresh air of just not having nothing crazy happen thus far through this year for me. You know, so I'm thankful, man. I know it ain't Thanksgiving, but it is definitely a thankful day. So anyway, man, that's what I want to share with you guys. I hope everybody's having a fantastic time as well. I hope you're in a space where you get to celebrate whatever's best for you. If this day is your birthday, happy birthday to you too, you know. Everybody should be able to celebrate. I'm going to go out with my friends. Those two ladies don't know where we're going to eat. Don't know if we're going to have drinks or anything like that. But I can tell you it's going to be great to just be human. Get out of the four walls of this apartment. Get some sunlight on my face for a change and just enjoy the company of people that are really, really, really cool. Really cool people. People that I really care about a lot. People who are going to, remind me that there's more to life than what's in this house. more to life than what's in this phone too. And sometimes you get lost. You lose sight of that, I think, you know. You spend your time the way that I do, and you just don't feel like it's a whole lot outside of this place worth going toward, you know. But I'm in a space where I know that I'm ready to change that. And so I think it's the beginning of that, you know. So that's what I gotta say, man. I think the therapy session has run its course. I think I got everything out I wanted to. I think it's time to get some sleep. Probably listen back to this thing and give some more thought to just what it means to have lived 38 years in this world. 38 years. Some were really, really good. Most were really, really rough for me, man. But rough as it pertains to what I was dealing with internally, not necessarily what the world was throwing at me. But I was perceiving what it was throwing at me. This brain of mine. So that's what I got to say. That is it. BDF 44. Thank you all for celebrating my birthday with me. And I'm out.